How do we look? Do we look okay?
You look fresh, like you haven't worked for a few days. You look great.
Are we dark? Are we too bright? We've got to get used to this new 3-camera, 3 people in here kind of thing.
Judging by the reviews on the Friday show, it's a good problem to have.
Yeah, I don't know.
People liked Rhett in the room. It was like the good old days, people were saying.
It's people weird. Like me anyway.
Yeah, people
they like you more in Calgary than Buffalo. That was consensus.
That's not true. They love me in Buffalo too.
Wow. Okay.
Somehow fond of you.
You know what they do? They like you in person. That's what they like.
When you're a real prick and then you be nice the odd time, they're like, oh, it's like the
treat,
bad girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
Miserable person, and then the odd.
Yeah.
Oh, if I could have this all the time, that would be nice.
That's like why the Flames love him, because he just MF'd them for 4 months, and then last week he changed his tune and he loves them.
That's right.
It's just he sprinkles a little bit of positivity in. No one sees it coming, and they love him.
That's their approach to the Rhett. They love him. Yeah,
thought he was a jerk. No, you know what? I think he's quite nice, actually. He's been quite good, yeah. Well, you must have really taken aback, because now it's a season-long winning streak. I mean,
if I'd have known that all I had to do was support them to get them rolling in the right way, I'd have been less hard at them.
Where were you
early in the year?
Jeez.
So if they just miss by 1, we can invoice you for the lost playoff revenue.
If they miss by 1, I'm not. Don't invoice me for anything. Broke.
I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
American
write that
dollars.
down.
American dollars.
It's a season-high winning streak.
Yeah, it is.
4 games. But season high.
Season high winning streak and a total change of fortune with the comebacks.
And some puck luck that they finally deserved.
Like,
did you see posting in? What the hell was that?
Yeah.
It's been a while since I saw one of those.
Ollie posting in. Yeah, couldn't win. No, down after 40 minutes. Just why bother playing?
Bury him.
Get the Zamboni out, finish it.
Start buying flowers, write the eulogy.
Rest up.
That's right. They have back-to-back wins trailing after 40.
75 games, 0. 76 did it. 77 did it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it you?
No.
You sure?
Who is it?
When'd you get, come on. When'd you get back in town?
Thursday.
Friday?
Ding.
It must be the
Sunday.
Alberta beef.
Ding.
Is it the Alberta beef?
Yeah.
Did you have any, by the way?
I had a big feast.
Because I know you were keeping it. You didn't want to have to share a lot of it.
I shared most of it.
You know what he did, though? I think he shared with his pals. I don't know if his
DUG?
rascals got any.
We had, DUG got a fillet, was blown away by it. Mom was pumped about it. The shoveler was drooling. And then the big human and dumb Cooney and a couple of other deadbeats came.
Yeah.
And then their idiot kids were along, and I'm like, not a effing chance. Here's
hot dogs out there.
Delicio. There you go. They kept cruising by. I'm like,
Why can't have it? Because you're too stupid.
Yes.
You're too stupid for this meat.
And if people missed Friday's show by chance, Greg from Bonton just dropped off a few thousand kilograms of prime meats.
Yeah. The shoveler told me yesterday, she goes, I would have a steak every day I'm here. It's so different.
If it's that steak.
Really, eh? Yeah.
No kidding. It was, I overdid it one time. Greg had the big delivery, and I took home, I was going to say a pail, but then that sounds like you're exaggerating, except it's not. A pail of potato salad and just kept eating it and eating it.
You can't stop with that potato salad.
And the woman that I live with, she was kind of the same way. By 9 p.m. that night, it was like, oh.
Well, you walk by the fridge, you got to have a bite.
Yeah. You know what's in there? It's fresh.
Just
double bacon.
I had a travel cup on Friday in the console of the car, and it just was like, it's been sitting here 3 hours in the sun. I don't give a shit. I went back at that until it was done.
Yeah, it was good stuff. So thanks to Greg over at Bonton taking care of us. There's so you did the tomahawks, everything, or
I did 2 tomahawks and the fillets,
and I hadn't had the meat pies before.
Yes.
I'll be having those again.
Yeah.
They were unbelievable.
And I mean, not to take away, but they're when they come right out when you're there and you get them and they're crispy like
Well, put them in the air fryer. It's great.
I know.
Huh?
Delicious. So
back to the wins.
Back to the wins. It's great, but they needed them.
Yeah, the shitty part about the weekend was the fact that Winnipeg decided to score 6 goals in
twice.
2 games as well, and and the second game they did it against a real good hockey
Jersey.
team.
Yeah, the hell, Jersey.
It's like, come on, Vanacek. Come on, Jack Hughes. Let's go, Dougie.
Do they have anything to play for? They've punched their ticket.
Yeah, no,
they're in.
I think it's the seeding in that division. They're at 2 right now. The Rangers are close on their heels, and they're not far from Carolina. There's lots to be said.
I was extremely hopeful that this morning we would wake up in a playoff position.
Not the case. They are 2 back, but really 3 back. The Jets have officially locked in a tiebreak should they finish tied in points. They cannot be caught in regulation wins. So see it as 3 games back. Know you play the team once. They do finish with Minnesota and Colorado, who look like they'll be playing for seeding in those last 2 games.
Or not at all, or resting everyone.
Well, look at the standings. I think they'll be playing for seeding. You've got 1 point separating all 3 teams in the Central. That's Minnesota, Colorado, and Dallas. I feel like it's, guys, this is home ice, or guys, this is home ice through the division. So that's better than like a 5-point gap, right?
Yeah, we'll see.
Because then you might kick.
We'll see what happens. I hope those games are important.
So, any concern?
Wasn't a good
these
game.
Were white knuckle rides over.
I was not good.
No,
I had my take planned on the Vancouver game when they went down to. I'm like, you dumb buggers, like. But then the way they're playing their ass off in Vancouver. I thought it was great.
Good effort in Vancouver.
You cannot fault them on the effort, and they came out with win. I'm like, I was even on Twitter letting out yells.
He had his first audible cheer of the season for a Flames goal. I'm telling you, you need push alert on the Rhett tweets. There's like 10.
And then,
who are you?
But the slow start yesterday was, we don't need this again. We've seen this play out. Come on.
We talked about it last night on Afterburner. If you want more Flames Ducks content, and I know a lot of people do. It's been so good this year. There's a solid half hour of it there. It was right into the scar tissue of their worst games of the season. Early goal, bad goal, lackluster effort against a bottom dweller. Mistakes.
Yep.
I thought, the result and the score lines are very similar Friday, Sunday. I thought the team's effort very, very different. Not that they didn't try, but it was like, how do you let the 30th place team set the tone? Like, come on, guys.
Well, and I was shocked by it because I thought after that game in Vancouver, they have to have momentum. They have to have belief. They got to be feeling good. They overcame a lot in that game.
It's the exact same thing that happened last time they played Anaheim at home. They'd come back from that incredible shootout win over Minnesota. They'd won 2 games in 2 nights with travel. It was Markstrom's first shutout of the year. And look at this. Now you got Anaheim, Ottawa, Arizona coming up. Good. There's your 5-game winning streak right there. And then they soiled themselves at home against Anaheim. It felt like that game all over again. It was a tough watch because it felt like it was one they were going to blow.
Well, and the thing is, how dissimilar was last night's game to an earlier loss against the Ducks? The difference being that Lucic and Zadorov and Michael Stone scored goals for you.
That's
and Richie,
and hey, I was watching the game in here last night, and in that third period, Lucic was on the ice. I'm like, what in the F is he doing on the ice in a must win with 10 minutes left, whenever he scored, right? Like, I'm like, it's not a shot against him, but this is not his strength. He should be playing the first period and setting the tone physically, trying to create momentum, not being relied on to tie up and like, goal. Okay, shut your mouth, Warner. You don't know what you're talking about.
Well, and we talked about it a bunch because we watched the third period together here before Afterburner, and it's you want to be upset at it, but like if you've watched this club all year, that's exactly what they've done every single game. The fourth line takes their turn late in the third. It drives you nuts, but it ain't new. You had to expect it if you're watching what Daryl's done his whole career.
No, my only point being is if you don't get a Lucic seeing eye shot and an off the post and in Michael Stone blast back after 20 games, then you lose that game
100%.
And the narrative is the same.
It's
41-22, but there again, what are the quality of shots? And Lucas Dostal kept them in it a little bit. It was not a good game for the Flames.
Well, and to be fair, their goaltenders didn't help them much. 2 of those shouldn't go in, at least, maybe more. And if you get good goaltending there, this might not be close, and you can say the Flames played well, but when you're going to give up soft goals, and if there's only a couple breakdowns, but they all end up in the back of your net, I mean, it was a February goaltending performance from the Flames.
Yeah, I don't give a crap. They won.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we said. Style points don't matter. They needed 2. They got 2. Chicago's tomorrow.
It's not Detroit. Are you sure it's not Detroit?
Shut up. I kept saying Detroit last night. He's like, you can't look past Detroit. I'm like, I think you're looking past Chicago.
It's possible.
They're done with Detroit.
Yeah, I mean,
you can't get caught up in
I know.
There's no sense in it, and they better not either. And they better not look past Detroit, Chicago.
For sure, Chicago.
Both teams.
Maybe even Detroit, yeah.
But
those unscheduled Detroit games will really sneak up on you.
Were you shocked that Daryl did the pull of Markstrom after 1? Because that second goal, even Millen talked about, it kind of hit him on the wrist or on the.
Can't have a rebound there.
How do you catch that?
And I think I think Daryl did a lot of good things. I don't agree with him putting the fourth line out in the third period when you're down a goal and a must win, but it works. So okay, he knows more about coaching than I ever will.
Yeah, and we don't probably all agree with Nick Ritchie being in there.
No.
Goal and an assist. We might have liked to say, Michael Stone hasn't played in 20 games. He comes in and scores. Like, I don't know that the process is excellent, but the result is what matters.
Yeah, the goaltending swap, whether that keyed the comeback, doesn't matter. You won. Yeah. So it's if you're going to get criticized when you make a change or do something and you lose, then you should be praised. And yeah, Ritchie finds a way to get involved. And Coleman takes a dumb penalty. He finds himself on the fourth line. Walker Dewar gets elevated. I don't think that stays that way.
But he sets up that Lucic goal. He gets the help there.
So,
and you'd asked about the pull. I think that the 3 and 4 is a big part of it. Last night was the first of 3 games in 4 days. We know about the Chicago Winnipeg back-to-back coming up. Rhett had talked about it last night. You'd love to have the breathing room and the confidence to go Vladar tomorrow so that you have a rested Markstrom, but I think if they're not playing 3 and 4, Daryl might give Markstrom a little longer there, because there was a similar situation a week ago, the LA game. They didn't pull him after 20 when it was obvious he didn't have it.
What do you do tomorrow?
I play Vladar, but it's my head's not on the chopping block if Vladar stinks and Markstrom has to go in after 1, right? Like, you can't afford to lose, so. It's sitting in this chair, real easy to play Vladar. Really easy.
Yeah. It's easy to say a goalie's tired when he doesn't look good, and maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I know Greg Millen talked about it on the broadcast. Reddit noted it, but it's 16 of 17 games that Markstrom's been in for the Flames. That's a fucking huge workload. And granted, he's earned it and he's played well, but it does look like a guy, like, if you had to convince us there's fatigue right now, it wouldn't be a tough convincing for anyone, would it?
No. And the second part of the reason I'd play Vladar is to give Markstrom the rest, and the fans won't like it if you lose, but if you can't beat, who are we playing? Chicago?
Not to
Chicago with Vladar. Do you deserve it to?
It's the whole thing right now, right? That chances are at the end of this whole thing, you're going to be what you are. It's if you sneak in, then you were a team that deserved to just sneak in. And if you miss, then you probably deserve to miss. I'm with you. I probably go Vladar, but like anything right now, it's short leash and it's shift by shift, period by period. If it's 1 or 2 goals that are no good, you put Markstrom back in as Chicago. You'd hope to hell you can come back and score some goals against the Blackhawks. But it's got to be Markstrom against the Jets.
100% it has to be Markstrom.
And yet, I don't think any of us would be surprised if Daryl does go to Markstrom tomorrow, because it's Daryl. What does Wednesday mean if you lose Tuesday is probably how Daryl's thinking about this. I can't worry about Wednesday. Yeah. That's the definition of looking past Chicago. We need our best guys in tomorrow because we have to win tomorrow. That's how Daryl's going to view it, but I'm with you. I'd love to see Vladar in there.
And if you play Markstrom, how about we jump out to a 4-goal lead? in the first and just cruise through.
Let them read a
Tuesday
book.
night. Can we just have that kind of scenario?
That's
where
a novel concept for a team you haven't beaten in regulation this year.
You pull Markstrom when he has a shutout at the end of the first and you're up 5-0. Okay, come in and rest.
That's all we're asking, guys. Beat a team you haven't beat yet this year.
Because I was even milling again last night. He was, Flames should really try and flex here and grab them by, get on this team and put them away. They played the night before and got shit pumped by the Oilers. They got their third string or fourth string friggin' goaltender in there. Yeah. You're at home, do or die. Yeah. Come on.
Way harder than it should have been.
Way harder than it should have been.
I also think, by the way, sorry, just to wrap that thought, if you're talking about changing things up and trying to give yourself the best chance to win Wednesday while also giving yourself a boost on Tuesday, couldn't you make the case for Jacob Pelche to come in? Couldn't you make the case for Gilbert in instead of playing Stone 3 games in 4 nights after coming back from injury, missing 20?
You absolutely can make the case. The problem being that the people that you're going to take out are Richie, who had a
1-1,
right? Like
Stone who scored.
Who else you taking out?
Yeah, no one.
Right?
You're not taking Dewar out.
Oh, well, and you could tell me Luch and Lewis, but look at the coach. He's not a chance.
Not happening.
Yeah, I don't think there's any changes.
And there's no sense putting Pelche in on a line where you can't have success.
No, but that's with Kadri and Dubé or Mangiapane.
I know, but if you're taking Lewis out of the lineup, you're not.
Yeah, I see what you're saying with Lewis. Yeah.
How do you feel though?
Because it's less good. I feel good. Honest to God, like. You can be pissed off and get stuck trying to plan and read the tea leaves here where how could they show up and play flat? And then, who cares? Like you can't criticize a team for winning. If you're in the playoffs and your goalie gives up 1 and is absolute stud in net and the rest of the team plays like shit, but you win, are people pissed off about it? What the hell's wrong with this team? Get that out of your heads. You Flames fans, enjoy the next 5 games.
And here it is with Edmonton on this heater. They have had an incredible March. 5-4 over Coyotes. They blew a huge lead in that one. 4-3 over the Coyotes in overtime.
Why are you talking about the Oilers?
Because we just talked about style points.
Yes.
And they're winning and no one cares. San Jose, 5-4 in overtime. Like they're playing bad teams and edging them out. No one cares. Just get the wins. That's exactly what we're talking about. And in Edmonton, they don't give a shit.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't either.
You had 3 bottom dwellers. You could have lost them all. You won them all by 1 goal. That's and it's a luxury because you're
in
way in. You've got the X
contending for the division.
But it's like at this point, would you prefer a really nice, good game where you get screwed by the hockey gods and lose, or a fucking ugly one, but you got 2 points? You take the points because it's the only way your season stays alive.
I say they set up the big tent outside for tomorrow night's game, get the crowd there, get everybody riled. Let's go.
Get them all juiced up.
Make some noise in that building for these guys, because if they were flat, I wasn't at the game, but
tough.
Players feed off the crowd's energy. You do have the opportunity to influence the game, especially early on when a team.
Oh, I know.
Get them wound up.
And you know what? That was a nervous crowd.
It was. Well, how could it not be? It's fucking 2-0 and they score on the first shot. Like, you can talk about the fans. Like, what did the Flames do to engage the fans in the first period? They gave up 2. The goalie got pulled and the first shot
need the chance going before the warm up. Let's make it happen.
They'll get that if they get in, but give them something to cheer about in the first 10 minutes.
Oh, shut up. No wave. No fun over there.
Let's do the
wave. You look at the last 2 games.
You gotta earn my cheering. Yeah. You're a typical Canadian. That's what you are. You're a hockey observer. You're not a hockey fan.
I'm just saying.
You go to the Sabres game. They've been out since November. The fans are screaming and yelling and excited. American rinks do that. Here, well, we're going to go. And somebody at my house on Saturday said they went to a game once. You could hear people having a conversation, they said. That's because
there's been some great
We're hockey observers.
Well, and it was the game that played right into the scar tissue. That's the other reason. You can't ignore the body of work all year. That's the scariest game they play. Bad teams, deficit early, lackluster effort against the bottom dwell, and you're like, holy fuck, they're going to do it again. That's what last night felt like, didn't it? They're going to blow it again, just like Philadelphia, just like Chicago twice, just like Columbus. It's another bottom dweller loss coming. That's what that game felt like for 50 minutes.
I think there was puckering for sure.
Yeah.
Because you go even to Vancouver. In the last 2 games, both of them wins. They have not led for any significant amount of time when you look back at it, right? They were down 2-0 and down whatever it was last night, 2-0. They get the goal from Toffoli and they get 2:38 left or whatever it was for Stone last night. And yeah, you're right. It doesn't matter how. It's that you got it done. Just, be better against Chicago. Be better.
The other thing, too, is shifts after goals.
Oh, yeah.
Feel free to pay attention, fellas. That's 2 games in a row where the next shift you give a lead back or you give up the tie, so to speak.
Yeah.
It's like, oof, careful. Look, Nick Ritchie scores there. It's 3-2. You scored 3 in a row. That should be curtains. All we need to do is be smart.
Once that momentum started.
And instead of the next shift, you're back to even terms. Like, oh. And they did it against Vancouver. The shift after the goal, 2-on-1, back of the net. Wow, that's a good play.
Yeah.
How about don't allow the 2-on-1?
What the hell was Rasmus Anderson doing on that 2-on-1?
Spinning?
Yeah. Like
kind of doing he was interpretive dance.
Round and round she goes.
Hey, Rasmus, do you think they're going to try to use each other on this 2-on-1? Or like what? What was your interpretation on this play?
Is it Kuzmenko or Bolivia? Which one was that? There was a lot of goals the last 2 games, fellas.
A lot of goals.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's a lot of goals. It's also probably part of it. Scored a lot, though. Yeah, if you're going to give up a bunch, you got to score a bunch. You're going to win.
Who thought when Huberdeau missed that penalty shot, that was the nail.
And right? I thought he had it on the backhand, but he just tries to outweight the goal, and he's at a real estate. I think you can get that up, and that's not easy. But he's got space and time when he goes to the backhand, and then it's like he's trying to go low. It's like,
I'm not going to evaluate how he should have done it. I just thought it
felt like a season. Yeah.
This is our season in a nutshell.
Yeah, because every fan will be watching, and it depends, I guess, how you feel about Huberdeau. You'd have been. He's not scoring this.
Yeah. But my thing, it was more of if he scores, he's righted all the wrongs.
I was just going to say it was Rhett last week. There's 7 games. Flush the first, what is it? 75 games. Here's your chance to make amends. Everyone will forget the first 75 if you win out and make the playoffs.
So did he win you back when he scored to tie it?
A little bit. I thought it was important. Yeah, but it was
right?
Yes.
A massive goal.
Yes.
A couple bank jobs too in the last week because Walker Duer had the one off the end wall too. Yeah. It's like, those are some bounces we didn't see the first 4 months. Hockey God's smiling finally.
Yeah, I was thinking of you last night.
Me?
Zadorov and Stone and Ritchie all scoring.
When we thought it was Stetcher for a while too.
Yeah,
again,
I know.
More
I know. But Stetcher you like. The other ones you
But that's
despise.
The shit you're going to need if you do make the playoffs is that depth actually making a difference in a game. They haven't done it enough.
And to be fair, like no problem with Stone being your 8 here. That's where he was at the start of the season before you lost Valimaki and Mackey and Shillington didn't show up. Like, let's be honest about what he is. He's a phenomenal guy to bring in at league minimum as your 8 or 9. I got no problems with Michael Stone doing that.
How's Tanev doing?
Very quiet.
He's right on the cusp, I think.
Yeah, so cuspy that he doesn't have a locker.
It's very cuspy. Yeah.
Locker still not there. That's how close he is. It's
still no locker.
Well, and it's funny because it was kind of it doesn't sound too serious, was sort of the vibe at the beginning, and then it's just crickets and no stall. That's a bad omen.
Yeah. You know what? That's Stetcher. He's fucking winning me over.
I like Stetcher.
That kid's playing his balls off.
Yes.
Last night we gave him cheers of the game on Afterburner, and it's just like, look, he fucking cares.
Yeah.
A lot.
He is playing his balls off. He looks like he's been a part of this team, and you're right, that this matters to him as much or more as some of the guys.
He is the perfect example of what I'm talking about early in the year that you didn't see. You can watch guys playing. There's an emotion to them that other guys have to be feeding off of. There's an emotion to them. There's a care factor. You can sense it.
Yeah.
You can visualize his emotion. As a fan and as a follower of the team, there was how many nights where they're faking their way through this game. There isn't pure emotion. They really don't care about winning. Stetcher, I watch him like this guy wants to win.
And we talked about it last night. Where's he been all year? In fucking Phoenix. It's nice having a pool. It's nice to have a nice, you got a little sun there, didn't you, Stetch? You look really nice. But guess what? What's not nice? Knowing you're playing out the last 40 games of a meaningless season. And it was meaningless before they dropped the puck in Arizona this year in a lot of ways. How jacked would he be, whether it was on the outside looking in or not? You're joining a playoff race.
And You don't, like you
he's
say,
invested, man.
You don't question his try, and we have questioned a lot of guys' try, and maybe that's not fair to do to everybody. Maybe you just play a different style, or it's 82 games and you can't have it every night, or whatever. But we sat here doing this thing a lot of times. We're like, you guys not give a shit? Where's the give a shit meter on this? And that guy has come in, and you see it every night.
But and if you want to keep going ahead. But that's just it. You can tell as a fan or as an observer when guys care. He's the example of what you're trying to say is, why aren't the rest of you bastards doing this? Yeah. This is the guy. He's going. You can't fake emotion. I can tell if you're playing with emotion. Sure, there's games where you don't have it, but it can't be 75% of them. You don't get to decide to show up for 10 games a year and play with emotion.
100%. And there's just few guys in this team that have brought it every night. Like, I haven't worried about Toffoli, Backlund, Tanev all year. And Markstrom, as much as it's been a shitty fucking year, it's almost like he's trying too hard. It's not lack of try. He's breaking sticks. He's pissed. It's not a lack of investment. It was a fucking shitty run. And whatever happened when he had his kid, he's looked like a guy. Remember, he is an elite goalie. We wondered whether he could return to that at times this year. But the problem has been your highest paid guys. There's been a waiver of how invested they are. Like, he looked really good. Oh boy, it's like, what happened there? And like Kadri's part of it. And I think sometimes when Kadri's trying too hard, he's a shitty player, because it's like you're doing laps of the ozone and you skate yourself back to you're trying to do it all. And I think there was a lot of very pointed questions about Weegar and Huberdeau coming in, and it is a new system, but it's clear that the forward and the coach have not been eye to eye right since essentially the first week of the season. And how does that affect your investment in the game? We've liked Weegar a lot more of late. Certainly it's a nice run offensively, and, seeing him be the guy that you saw in Florida for a while, but their biggest players, it has not been a steady, what you're getting every night. The work ethic's wavered pretty seriously.
Mangiapane, you just keep coming, son. Yep. Just keep coming, keep working.
20's within reach.
It's gonna, you're seeing it. You can see it in him. He's getting a little bit more confidence back, and he's playing hard. And that shot, terrific shot. Keep coming, buddy. Just keep playing.
He's around it, and I like him on that top line. I like him with skill.
Keep playing. Are we on? So as far as Stetcher, just to put are we want him around next year?
Well, they're over the cap next year, so they got some things to do. But boy,
but he's not going to be a big money guy. That's what I mean. He might be a guy that could be affordable. And
yeah, if you wanted to move out a D of your third pair and add him for cheaper, that would make sense to me. I don't know how many people are knocking your doors down for the last year of Zadorov's deal. He's certainly a guy that's fit, and you love what he's brought you.
You can complain about Zadorov all you want. He does play with emotion. He's got 10 goals. You've got the roller coaster of him. The cap thing is going to be a pain in the ass, but if you can have him, yes, you want him.
He's not the only D that's high risk, high reward in the league, right?
No, but he's a guy that when you put him into top four, it's just a hard watch. I don't mind him at all in the third pair, and that's really where he's slotted to be here. If Shillington shows up or Tanev's not hurt, like, he's your 6 if they're full. I have no problem with him as a 5-6.
We don't have to worry about the cap. Stetcher's on our team.
Yeah.
I want him back. Bring back.
And the other thing, too, is, like, it is time to graduate Dustin Wolf, and he will be your best goalie in camp next year. Like, the things we're hearing outside the organization and in about this guy, like, I had some people that are in the profession of goaltending and teaching goaltending saying he's a top 10, 15 earth right now. So you are going to theoretically move out some salary on a goalie, whether that's Vladar.
He's a top 15 goalie on the planet?
They're saying what I've seen in the American League this year, he could step in and be an elite goalie in the NHL right now.
So play him Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, I mean, is that what Daryl's going to do?
No,
I've been saying all year. Hey, Markstrom's having a baby tomorrow. You don't have to fly him to fucking Denver. You could have a soft spot for Wolfie here.
Yeah.
You don't have to convince us to give these kids a try at least. But if you're looking to shed salary, you got to back up at 275 and you got a starter at 6. And I think there's a lot of interest in the two goalies as goalies. I'm not saying it's going to get done, but I just can't see them leaving Wolf in the A for another year.
Just imagine what you could get in return for a top 15 goalie in the
on the planet.
Yeah.
I'm not a goalie. I'm just telling you what they're saying.
Bedard?
No.
Maybe?
No. That Devin Levi looks pretty all right in Buffalo.
He played one game, didn't he?
Perfect. Undefeated, right? That's great.
Yeah.
Large samples.
We're here in the Tower Chrysler studios. We swung by Tower there, I guess Friday it was, right?
Old Serge is a beauty.
Serge is a beauty.
It
was very busy. She didn't have much time to visit, but Serge is, I don't know. Can you request Serge? He's not a sales guy, but can you go in there and just say, hey, I just need to talk to Serge for a little bit?
I would just walk in like you own the joint and just say, I need Serge real quick. Where is he right now? Just, you'll get him.
Yeah. You need to know about fishing.
Yeah.
Or yoga.
Yeah, he thinks he knows about fishing. I feel like I could
really
show him.
Are you calling him out? Saying he's,
I saw the pictures and I saw he's a bit of a fancy
boy fisherman.
Yeah, like he's got the guide baiting the hooks and stuff. Oh, I go fishing. I'm driving the boat. He's talking about the tie-e. And I'm like, yeah, but you cheated. You got a guide doing all the work for you and you reeled in a 30-pound salmon. That's cheating. Get in the boat and paddle out there and catch it yourself. Come on, Serge.
So go into Tower today and reprimand Serge on his boasting, his boastful fisherman claims.
If Rhett feels chippy, it was because in the meeting, Serge came to the realization that Rhett had been to the Stanley Cup Finals 3 times. What he didn't put together that Rhett had to explain.
Yeah.
A little awkward.
That's nice of him to bring it up.
We're talking about the finals. Yeah, I know. I've been there 3 times.
Oh, is that right?
So
3 times.
Wait a minute. What?
Wow. Jeez.
Oh, you what?
Yeah, my first year with every team. Florida, Buffalo, and Calgary. My goodness.
Jesus,
wow.
Holy crap. Well, how'd it go?
Well, Colorado was supposed to beat us the first one, and Brett Hall cheated, and then John scored.
Yeah, it got awkward for a couple minutes.
It did, and then Serge
he takes me fishing. We'll be all set.
Serge threw some keys at him. He's fine now.
They have, I'm trying to remember, they have that Jeep set up in the
Owen Hart Foundation.
I kind of want that Jeep.
The Owen Hart Foundation is, it's going to go to the food bank, but it's in support of the Owen Hart Foundation. Tower and Serge are big supporters of Martha Hart and the Owen Hart Foundation. So do that. Swing by Tower, chirp Serge, and bring a bag of non-perishables, and they'll get it to the food bank for you.
All that works, right?
All works for me.
Good.
We have our final Flames experience of the season tomorrow against Detroit at the Dome, Ryan.
Shut up with Detroit. Gonna knock you out, you clowns.
We've got a experience for you. Yeah, that's right. $50 gift card from Matt up at Mad Rose Pub. And this is a big game. Ordinary. I don't know that I'd have looked Chicago one more time. They've traded Patrick Kane. Is Taves even playing? I don't know. Is Murray Bannerman?
Have you heard of 3 of the Hawks? We should play Name a Hawk later today. As a
Murphy. Is Murphy still there? The defenseman, Gord's boy?
Joe Murphy?
Connor.
Joe Murphy's not there.
Let's pull up the roster.
Mark Bell. Is Mark Bell there?
It's not.
Tyler Arneson there still?
Eric Daze?
Oh, look at this.
Calder.
Look at Alex. Kyle Calder, isn't it?
All right. See, now Lucas Reichel put it in the hitter, right? He scored. Tyler Johnson. Forgot about you, dude. Jude Jarkera, Joey Anderson. See, you start rattling off these names, and then they all score. Jinxie pants.
And then Austin Wagner, Jonathan Taves, and Reese Johnson is a fourth
liner. JT.
Taves didn't move at the deadline, did he, Dean?
No, he did not.
Huh.
JT.
He's got that long COVID stuff.
Well, that's the thing. He had the old long haul there. Is he doing all right?
It sounds like he's had a real tough go. The Jonas Brothers. Jonas Brothers or Jones Brothers? Which are the same?
That's right. Yeah. Love their stuff. There's Connor Murphy.
There's Connor still there.
Nikita Zaitsev.
They got a second for taking him, didn't they, from Ottawa?
So,
Jesus.
like that,
Alex, what are they doing? They're giving away seconds?
So anyway, be watching your social media.
Mad Rose Pub. Keep going. Can we go down for net?
You want the net miners?
Yeah, because it's way down.
But
it's like this is who dat territory, and that's the type of goalie that beats the Flames this year, to be honest. Mrazek and Stalock. All right, never mind.
It's not terrible.
Jackson Stauber's gone.
Yeah, Jackson Stauber put in their Tilkus.
I've heard of them.
You loved Mrazek a few years ago.
Mrazek might have peaked in Calgary at World Juniors. He was phenomenal at that tournament.
I just remember a few years ago, I was like, oh, I got
bring him in. Bring him in. Cheap, 3.5. It's 5 years. It'd be great.
Is that me or someone else?
That was you.
Oh, okay. Weird.
You, a lot of
you get a big bone on for goaltenders.
Well,
for a guy,
it's because he's got the inside. He knows all the insiders in the goalie world.
I do now. I didn't then.
I've talked to some people who are in the profession of teaching goaltenders. It's his Glen Lake Timbits hockey team.
It's just like
that's one of my assistant
in
coaches.
U9, we're teaching this kind of post integration. I don't know what the hell they're doing in Florida. You're ruining Spencer Knight.
Yeah. That's what it is. So be watching on your social media. Tag a friend, do all that sort of thing. Watch Flames Nation. We'll be retweeting the Mad Rose Pub. I want to tell you, we got to get you up there. Now that you're here,
I'm starving.
Enough talking.
Well,
enough talking. 15
neighborhood.
Royal Vista Place. Burgers, pasta, steak, full entrees, gourmet pizza every single day. madrose.pub is the website. 20 beers on tap, kid-friendly Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. That'd be today. If you want to take your little rats with you. 15 Royal Vista Place, Madrose Pub.
And the game is tomorrow, so we got to do some sort of contest.
That's exactly what I was saying.
Let's do it.
Watch your social medias because tomorrow is the game against Detroit.
It's in your head. You can't get it.
I know it's tough. Pinder report coming up.
Brainworms.
We'll do the Boomers best of the weekend, our Betway bets, that sort of thing.
Boomers best.
Yeah, you know what?
You were gone.
I like it. I'd heard rumors.
It's okay. There is a few things. I mean, you do the Pinder report, and then I kind of just cobble some stuff together. I don't want it to be overlapping.
I think there's lots of great stuff on the weekend.
So I kind of read what you might be using, and then so I go on another way. So either that's coming up.
I'm looking forward to it
for Green Drop.
And if you think it's okay, that's basically like A+, because this guy is so glass half empty.
If it passes
if he thought it was bad, it's usually pretty good. Okay, that's out of the park. Hey, that's Shohei Ohtani. He's okay. It's like boomer level enthusiasm, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's all right.
Yeah.
What's wrong with the Jays?
Oh, it's 1-2. Season's over.
This is brutal. I can't.
The pitchers are going to pitch to something like under 1,000 ERA at some point, right? Although Gosman knows they're all unearned, so who knows? Yeah. Didn't see yesterday's debacle.
Oh, hey.
9 runs, 3 and some.
You know what they did? They snuck into my Betway bets today.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. I hadn't even looked at the baseball. That's a great idea.
Stay tuned for that. I need a copy of your day planner, your schedule. Because Dr.
Day planner.
Dr. Jay Patel down at Outdoor Dental, you're here. He's seen the videos of you snoring and falling asleep. But I mean, it's just a matter of time till you're in here dozing off with that sleep apnea of yours. Yeah. We've told you about it for a long time, and we've had a lot of people that have been saying, "Yeah, I went in and gave it a shot, gave it a try." If you've done it, then you send us, whatever, social media. Tell us about your experience. It is the snoring treatment. I don't know how they got to the point where the laser that they use for the dental work, it maybe it was right from the start. I don't know. But that they can then use it to help cure snoring. Soft palate, back of your throat, 2 sessions, 15 minutes each.
Pain-free.
And all of a sudden, pain-free. So suddenly you're sleeping better. People around you are sleeping better. You feel better. You're more energized. You're better at work. You're better at,
The shoveler told me Saturday because I was drinking. She's like, can you try not to snore too much?
Yeah.
Then I told her I felt like I was having a heart attack and she couldn't sleep anymore.
Yeah. My left arm's kind of tingly. What?
Did someone burn toast?
So yeah, we'll talk to Dr. J. Maybe he can cure that too. What if I'm really drunk?
Is there a laser for that?
Yeah.
Why do we snore more when we've been in the sauce?
We're relaxed.
Is it just Ask Dr. J, when you're in there. Outdoor.dental is the website. They also, of course, they have all the implant treatment for your dental work, and they use the 3D printers and all that. It's state-of-the-art stuff. Outdoor Dental, Dr. J Patel. No needles, no drills, no stress. Outdoor.dental. Got to get you in there. Pinder Report is a presentation of Village Honda.
You're going to see Anthony and the gang today,
Are you?
I think.
Good for you.
So you better fucking have your head out of your ass.
Northwest Auto Mall, online, villagehonda.com. Get your piece of the $1 million buy-in event. Get cash for your vehicle. Village Honda. And they'll also throw in a tropical cruise. Tropical. How do we define that?
You got to be in the tropics, Dean. You got to be somewhere where it's hot and humid and there's ocean nearby and there's amazing fruit they pulled off trees that day and people are hauling fish out every day. Delicious.
Because it might be hot up near Saskatoon by now.
No.
I don't know if it is. Doug had to pull over on the way home yesterday because it was a whiteout. So.
Oh, really?
I'm not sure it's gotten too.
Not Saskatoon. You're not going on a cruise of the Northern Sask. Tropical cruise for 2 to boot. See more, villagehonda.com. Here is the Pinder Report.
Fellas, we start last night at the Scotiabank Saddledome with the finale of the season series with the mighty Ducks. And it was not a Picasso, nor was it a star-studded showing from the Flames. Kind of interesting. The plumber heroes for the Calgary Flames. We talked about it on Afterburner last night. Rhett and I in these very studios. Unlikely sources for some big goals for the Flames last night. Milan Lucic to tie the game early in the third. And then with 2 minutes and 38 seconds left, Michael Stone. This was the mucker's night at the office for goal scorers.
I was ripping on the fact that Lucic was on the ice when he scored. I honestly was. I'm like, how can you have that fourth line out there? It's a must-win game. Third period, offensive. Hey, nobody is upset that Lucic scored. We're all happy for him. I still wonder why he was out there. But awesome.
Michael Stone as well has missed a lot of time with injury, and we saw get back onto the ice at practice before the Vancouver game. Look, he's not an all-star, but give a guy credit. Yeah, his one tool is that shot, and he let her rip. That's the great skill he's got. We talked about it. You can separate your Michael Stone from a lot of demons in the league with that shot.
And another he's PTO for Michael Stone.
It's in the drawer. Just got to sign it next September.
Just bring it up.
You know how this works, right?
That's right.
Let's move along. Ryan Pike tweeting out the magic and tragic numbers for the Calgary Flames. A quick primer on that. The magic number: how many wins combined with Winnipeg losses do you need to get into the playoffs? The tragic number: your losses and Winnipeg wins to be eliminated. They're getting a little closer, these two numbers. Flames 6.5 is the total you need. Flames wins, Winnipeg losses. You get 2 of those if you beat them in Winnipeg on Wednesday. That'd be a good move, eh? You get a Calgary win and a Winnipeg loss.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Holy jumping.
What if you lose, though? What does that do to you?
Don't do that. No.
Tragic numbers. That go up or down?
Again, glass half full's tough, but you find a way to do it all the time, don't you?
No, I just wonder. I mean, you're building the case.
And there is good reason to wonder what would happen if the Jets win, Dean, because the Jets have been flying of late. Remember that 3-0 loss against San Jose? It's like, what the fuck is wrong with the Jets? That's an ugly loss. We were doing the post game, I think, at Grey Eagle that night. It was like, oh boy, they're going to hang on here, aren't they? We're updating the score 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. Well, the Jets got home and opened a 5-game homestand. First 2 games, pretty good. You know, if you like 6 goals a game. There's that's tonight's schedule. Okay, not yet. Jets winning 6-2 and 6-1 in their first 2 of the homestand. Calgary next. They're off till Wednesday.
So they're feeling good now.
Yeah, they get a couple days off and feel good about it. I don't like how the Jets are performing. It's disturbing to me. I was really hoping for that slide to continue.
And all the guys we were talking about who weren't pulling their weight and like, ooh, something's wrong. It was Wheeler, it was Scheifele, it was Ehlers, it was Connors. All those guys all over the score sheet. Those 2 games with 12 goals total. So look out. They're feeling a little better.
Just win Wednesday, Flames.
Just win Wednesday.
Snug.
Here's your standings. Take a peek. Western Conference. There's your Jets schedule.
There it is. Yeah.
6-1 against the Devils. 6-2 against Detroit, or is that Chicago, right? Have a look.
I can't tell anymore.
Freaking Hawks.
Flames, Preds, and Sharks, the remainder of the homestand. And there are your standings. 87 points for the Calgary Flames. 2 back of the Jets. Games even. They play each other Wednesday, as we told you 1,000 times. And finally, the Flames have passed Nashville on points percentage. Hey! Yeah, Nashville's got a fucking wagon of a schedule. Real quick: Dallas, Vegas, Carolina, Winnipeg, Calgary, Minnesota, Colorado.
Oof. Tease and tease.
Everyone else has got like 5 left. They got 7, so they got to play more often. And those teams. That is a tough slog for a team that still doesn't have Roman.
See, that's the thing about having games in hand. Thing is, you got more games to play.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to play more
on that.
You're not great at math, so I don't know if I could trust
grain
that.
of salt on that.
Trust me.
Let's go to some NHL news. I don't know if this is good news or bad news for the Toronto Maple Leafs. So Matt Murray, who they brought in from Ottawa, watch this play. Not looking good for the Buds netminder as he takes a little bonk here, Rhett. And it looks kind of innocuous, but the more you see it, you're like, ooh, he doesn't like this. Trip in the crease. Ouch.
He's a bit of a hurt bag, eh?
Is he a bit of a hurt bag?
He's a bit of a hurt bag.
So Matt Murray went down. Other injury news, Sean Monahan. Remember the Habs? Oh, how savvy. They're just going to flip this guy for a first. No, he's been out since December. They shut him down for the year. Free agent this summer. If you want to recoup that asset.
That poor kid is done.
You feel for the guy. It's kind of the territory. Like, what's he looking at? like 1 year, $2 million.
Surgery again? Like how many?
How many is that?
I feel like this is
every
4
year?
seasons in a row that have ended with surgery.
He's had hip,
wrist, both hips,
God.
wrist. Yeah.
Well, and clearly the hip
Hip.
is affecting the groinal region because now it's groin surgery.
Yeah,
like
you're compensating. No
Yeah.
good.
more
Oh,
yoga,
Jesus.
Sean. More yoga.
Talk to
less-
Serge.
Come on.
Yeah, that's
Yoga,
right.
just,
Vikram.
I want to see this Murray guy get clunked because I didn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't see that. So the problem is we don't have it. So we'll move along. Tonight's schedule in the NHL. Not a lot of games, but goodness, there's a big one for Flames fans. Do you want to put on your Dallas Stars gear, Rhett?
No, I hate the Stars.
Well, you're going to like them tonight. They play
go
Nashville at home. You'll hear more on that.
I'm not worried about Nashville.
Yeah, and after hearing that schedule, I'm kind of the same
If
as
they
you.
can get to 97 points, then
And they got more games to play.
they're too tired.
So
right,
many
Dean?
games.
They got so many more games they got to play.
lot of games.
God, so many games. They had that one weather game where they had to cancel it from way back in the fall, and that's what's been tacked on to Friday. So
Oh.
I think they were supposed to end their season Thursday, and they just gave them a back to back, and a
Good
day
luck.
later.
Just a huge disadvantage to have to
Oof.
play all those extra games.
Hoof.
So many more.
Let's go to the Western Hockey League. Playoffs started this weekend. Calgary Hitmen lose game 1 in Red Deer. Game 2, tight, Dean. Like tight. 0-0, 1-1. Off to overtime. Can the boys get a split coming home? Come on, Hitmen. Come on. Come on.
That's right. Yeah.
Hurry high.
No.
So we don't have this either? Is that what I'm... Are you texting Alex? That'd be
No.
helpful.
No, I'm not.
You doing your taxes? What's going on there?
No. Just keep doing your goddamn report.
Yeah, I'm trying, but there's no video.
Leave me alone.
Oh, I don't want to see this.
Hitmen won it in overtime. They're pumped up. They're coming home tied. Game 2. Here it is.
Now McAdams and it's Adazinski scores. David Adazinski goes top shelf, and the Calgary Hitmen get the weekend split. They win game 2-1. This series is tied at 1 game apiece.
Do you want to tell them what Cameron's doing for a living now?
Yeah, it's not important.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. It was Cam.
Yeah, that's right. It was Cam. Sure.
Yeah.
You think the boys are fired up? Red Deer, what, a 2 seed or 3 seed? This is big favorites. Here's the hallway after this.
What, Tanner?
No, it's someone else with that shoulder. Shots fired. So they're coming home split. They play tonight in the Dome, Dino. Let's go, Hitmen.
Let's go.
Split. That's what you want. Start on the road. Get that split.
Who's that bald guy in the back there?
I didn't see. You personally,
What?
you've been a favorite. You've been an underdog. Do you like starting on the road in that best of 7? Just all you do is got to win 1, then you're coming home, or do you like favorite?
I don't know. I don't care.
Okay, very
because I
good.
was never intimidated by starting on the road. Because starting Philly, it's like toughest building in the world to play in. Bring it on, you bastards. Let's go.
That's right.
Kind of like that underdog. Like, all I got to do is win 1, and we've ruined everything.
Let's
for them.
go.
Yeah. Speaking of Western Hockey, you're going to hate this,
I
Rhett.
don't like it at all. I don't know why you're bringing it up. No one cares.
No one cares. He's overblown. Here's Connor Bedard in his second WHL playoff game, Rhett.
Get out of here, Bedard.
Good at hockey.
Don't hurt your ankle.
It's decent. Yeah.
Yeah, there's third of the
disposal.
playoffs.
Shagru's down. Here's Bedard in front, shoots and scores. Connor Bedard goes upstairs, short side, stick side on Austin Elliott as
Unless-
Spencer Shagru hunched over, his stick left along on the
Shagru.
far boards after he
That was
engaged
not,
Bedard there.
he wasn't done there, Red. He finished with 3 goals and 2
Oh.
helpers.
Well, because he
in-
had 2 on Friday.
in
I
game
think.
2. That's right. So he's got
Yeah.
8 points through games 1 and 2, and the underdog Pats come back to Regina up 2-0, Dino.
Apparently, the
Holy.
Bedard-led Pats weren't too intimidated by the 15,000 plus in Saskatoon.
All wearing Bedard jerseys? Yeah, I don't think so either. So that's a decent stretch, eh? Overblown. I will remember that.
Nice.
Get a 98 Hawks jersey with overblown on the back.
And not as good as McDavid.
No,
The other guy, he was better.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, if he's not as good as McDavid, why are we even talking about
don't
this guy?
bother drafting him. He's not
Seriously, I'm
McDavid.
just going to leave you disappointed he's not McDavid. Pretty good start, right? 7 seeds or whatever it is. Yeah. Punch him in the mouth. Provincial rival. Solid crowd. Love it. Okay. So, yeah.
What do you love? What are you talking about? That's what you love it.
Listen, I know you love the Blades. This is like a future NHL star going off in the playoffs, and you called him overblown. It's perfect for the show. What are you talking about? We'll move along. Did you see real fighting and fake fighting got together on the weekend?
I did.
This is a weird and I think kind of amazing but confusing partnership. The UFC and the WWE united as one, a $21 billion merger or takeover, whatever you want to call it here. How's your ROI there, Vince? Put in $1 million to buy the WWE in '82. It's WWF back then, but 9.3 billion he gets.
Old Vince worked his ass off for that money. Good for you, Vince.
Sure did. And look, it was a publicly listed company, so he's not getting all that. But he's done quite well, I'd say, Rhett.
He's awesome. He was one of my favorites.
How was
great heel? He's a great heel.
He's really good heel.
Yeah.
Plus,
him and Rob Kerr.
The falling out of the chair gif was just sensational. That meme is given so much to society on top of all of his work in WWE and then the ring and all that.
Yeah, they announced that thing this morning, and like there's the parent company, and then UFC and I guess WWE are going to branch off into their own thing. And the thought being, you'll see a lot of mega weekends where you set up the gear for a UFC pay-per-view on Saturday, then the WWE on Sunday, and it makes sense.
I mean, from an event standpoint, it absolutely does. Yeah. What I would ask is, I think there's a lot of hardcore fight fans that are like, why are we associating with fake fighting or like scripted stuff? Like, do you worry about the credibility of UFC at all?
Listen, Snoop Dogg laid down the people's elbow over the weekend. There's nothing scripted about that. He got pissed off and he took it into his own hands.
Cable deals, pay-per-view deals.
Yeah, the business side makes sense.
The business side makes a ton of sense. Now, did you watch any of it?
No. Yeah, how was it? You keep telling us about Snoop Dogg. You must have seen something.
I just saw that.
Well, the reason Snoop Dogg did the thing is poor Shane O'Mac.
Oh boy,
came out to fight the Miz.
Yeah.
So you had the hosts of WrestleMania. You had Snoop Dogg and the Miz, and on the Friday night, Snoop Dogg threw him under the bus, called out Pat McAfee, and McAfee kicked the hell out of him. And then on I guess it was last night, calls out Shane O'Mac. Shane O'Mac goes off the ropes, does a leapfrog, comes down, blew his leg out.
No.
Tore ruptured his quad.
Jeez.
Hit the ground, couldn't get out.
Stretch. He's not doing enough yoga.
So then they had to, pivot. Good on old Snoop Dogg. So the punch, that was improv right on the spot.
Really?
Is that scripted?
I tell you what, if the UFC can learn anything from WWE, it's like some career longevity shit. Like some of these wrestlers we're talking about, they've been doing this for 30 years. Get that going in the UFC. Guys disappear after 5 years. Let's go.
Snoop's a WWE Hall of Famer.
I want to see George St. Pierre throwing an elbow at WrestleMania. Let's go.
Why was I thinking about George St. Pierre the other day? He ain't doing nothing anymore.
Bet 99, that's something. That's why
he's old. We're in his last
not
fights,
for a wrestler.
It was all defense. He wasn't trying to really win anymore.
Oh, he was a tactician, yeah.
Oh, great. Come on, George.
At least he's old for UFC.
Yeah. So then now he can just over in the parent company and work for another 30 years.
He can't work the stick.
Maybe not in the Anglaise.
Not in the Anglaise. You need to be able to cut a promo, George.
Speaking of other Canadians very good at what they do, but maybe not great at work. Well, this guy's great at working the stick. Corey Connors wins on the PGA Tour again. 4 years from his debut win on tour. Does it again. And why is it good to win the Valero Texas Open?
Masters.
Because it's the fucking Masters Week. Welcome to it. Imagine the piano music. With Masters Week comes many things. Napping on couches.
Can we play that? We can't even play that.
It's copyrighted music.
Son of a...
I don't think we were supposed to last time either.
That's
so good.
Yeah, there's different licensing for radio stations that have music. What we can tell you is you can get a piece of the action as the Barn Burner Masters Pool is already up and running.
Come on.
You already got like 100 people in. Tweeted out the link this morning. Check FlamesNation socials, our social media, whoever's running the Barn Burner account, get her going here.
Shut your mouth.
You're coming down Magnolia Lane. Look at this. Into the Masters Pool we go. We'll announce some prizing tomorrow.
Wow.
Very simple. And we got some fun pools. Like you got to pick one of the dickheads from the Live Tour in one of the boxes. You got to pick a Live guy. You got to pick.
You would be one of the dickheads from the
100%. I would. You would too.
Fuck, I would kill to be one of the dickheads.
Hey, do you want to go to no cuts and we'll give you 200 million, or do you want to keep grinding and playing for free when you miss the cut? No, I'll take the 200 million. That's fine.
What do you need?
Like, are you kidding me? Who wouldn't
clean out some trash cans? What do you need done?
Like seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how much is this pool, this Masters?
It's free.
Oh, what?
Sign your ass up.
Nothing in the world's free. You can't get
It's
free
better
anywhere.
than free. If you're good at it, we're going to give you shit.
And there's prizes.
That's right.
What?
So
It's exciting.
follow the links. I could give you the update. How many people are in here?
Could
It's
you?
blowing up?
Love it
already.
if you would.
I know you'd love it. This is very exciting.
You should be a big Masters fan. I don't know if you are. I've never heard you go into in depth about it, but this is right up your alley. It goes like
4 days.
all day.
Yeah.
Like
It's my favorite.
Okay.
And it's a special because you remember when Tiger had the chip and the ball on the lip and then goes in, that whole thing.
Big
that
fist
was
bump.
that's right. That's when your kid was born.
my firstborn had just come home. I was exhausted, sitting in the old recliner in the basement.
Converted.
Had him all snuggled up there. He was snoring away, watching Tiger.
Were you full of piss and vinegar before your kids were born, or was the exhaustion
always been like
there?
this?
Was it?
Well, I was doing mornings then too.
But before mornings even? would
I
you-
think so.
Yeah.
Like
a lot of vim and vigor.
Yeah,
I don't know what those two words mean, but
more vim.
yeah.
Well, that's
For
a cleaning
sure.
product, that one,
Yeah,
right?
more vim than vigor.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not familiar with vigor.
no vim now though. Nor vigor.
Salt and vinegar?
Delicious.
More of that for sure.
God, starving.
So join the Masters pool, and finally some kickers for the weekend. We start with have you heard of LARPing, Rhett? Do you know what LARPing is?
I love to LARP. I'm a big LARP.
Tell
fan.
Dean what LARPing is. He doesn't know what LARPing is.
No, this is your segment. You go
Okay,
ahead.
so it's kind of like make believe olden days fighting with fake swords. A lot of interesting people into
Ken
LARPing.
Hitchcock.
No,
Is he into
LARPer?
LARPing?
He loves the LARP.
He likes a good LARP.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Civil War guy.
What was the Paul Rudd movie where the LARPing thing? I Love You, Man. Was that it?
Not sure.
Oh,
Sorry.
come on.
I'm
It's
sorry.
a tag.
Watch a goddamn movie. It's with like their dress up in the like this shit.
Okay,
They
so
dress
here
up in
is-
the things.
So to set this up for Alex, this is LARPing. Everyone's dressed in costume, pretending this is some medieval war, except he's got glasses. I guess the technology in the 1400s was better than we thought. And listen to what they find and how they try to solve it. This is usually done in big parks and things to simulate, not living in the 21st century.
Of our tournament where my friend John said he found a body in the bushes over there. I ran over there because I'm a healing monk to try and help, but obviously my magic wasn't strong enough because the dude's body was missing a head. So my friend decided to try and use a necromancer spell, which didn't work, which I knew it wouldn't. And apparently we contaminated the crime scene because that spell uses a lot of glitter.
There's a lot
Is
to
that
unpack.
effing real?
There's a lot to unpack there. A LARPing tournament came across a beheaded body. And rather than, come out of character and call the police, they tried to work their magic spells
I
on
can't
it.
believe that spell. That guy's a shitty
Necromancer.
necromancer.
Yeah. Or it was an April Fool and it got us all. But either way, I really liked it a lot for the Pinder report. Thoughts and prayers to whoever's head is
I
missing.
say we have a what was it? What is this called again?
LARPing.
LARPing. We got to have a big LARPing tournament here.
I think we should call it the Barn Burner LARP extravaganza.
LARP-a-palooza.
LARP
Right.
palooza. Awesome. Once the weather changes, I don't do it in the cold.
Rhett was at it again. I didn't realize how smitten he was with the shoveler, but he was in LA renewing his vows on the weekend.
I told you she
Wow.
wanted to.
Yeah, that's what
marry
you
and
said.
have more
Well, and
kids.
he knows he's back in town. He's been talking to Justin
Yeah,
Villanova.
yeah.
So here he is. Odd place and time, but to each their own. I'm not here to judge, Dean. No value judges for me. So,
He's a romantic. I know that.
I think he went down to a knee and tried to propose again. It was.
Did you?
Well, if you're gonna propose, you got to get on.
You got to
the
get
knee.
on a knee. Yeah. On bended knee. Wasn't that?
We'll provide that maybe tomorrow.
Waste
I
of
feel
men.
like that might not have got in there.
Oh,
me
well,
back.
you're calling for something that you didn't send.
Someone should have sent it to him. We'll move on. Yesterday. Oh, there it is. First ski day of the year. Found our favorite run. Zoom in. Alex, if you can,
Awesome.
Rhett, I want you to read the sign. Dean's blind. He's got no chance.
Yeah,
Keep
I
zooming.
saw it.
Keep zooming.
Yeah.
Keep zooming.
There's one called the Sunshine Coast.
Yeah.
There's one called the,
Glade Runner.
and in the middle there, looking beautiful.
Afterburner. What a
Afterburner.
Sunday. It's a sunshine. So we got a
black
favorite
run.
run.
Is that black? Oh, ooh.
Can't be taking the kids down the block yet.
No, you can't do that.
Longer skis this year. That's
Send
the trouble.
them down there.
And if you got a favorite run, the question would be, do you have a favorite chairlift or maybe even a favorite chair number? So this is my numbers obsessed hockey fan, Blake. Let's have a listen. Oh, what chair number are we?
on, wash it in.
Wash it in.
That's right.
Wash it in.
Even the chairs at Sunshine had some Walker Durr action on chair 71 there yesterday. So there's Pinder Report.
I love it. Got to send that to the Flames. They'd love that thing. The Pinder Report is brought to you by Village Honda in the Northwest Auto Mall, paying top dollar for your vehicle. They got $1 million to do it. Sell them your vehicle, get a tropical cruise for 2. You get paid 24 hours, no obligation. Find out more at villagehonda.com. Your dealership for life.
Did they get the WCW in that acquisition?
Oh, here's the Murray injury.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Look at this. Boonk, bonk.
I did that this year in the Northtown Center in Buffalo.
Is that you on Roman Turek so you could get Kipper in?
Yeah. Some kid wiped me out.
Oh, pins out. So is this concussed? He's holding his head? Plunk it?
They asked Samsonov about it, and he said, I'm really sad. It's like the second or third time. I think he was kind of alluding to concussions, but it's not super crazy, but just the way he reacts, like, oh, that caught him.
It's not for me to judge.
Oh, whiplash.
But that's
got pads on.
But you don't
not
see
on that
it
backside of him.
You don't see it coming. Tailbone.
I think that guy did it on purpose.
You think so? Does he
Stinking
do the
Hawks,
leg,
eh?
sweep the leg? Oh,
Huh?
no! I think he's trying to tuck. I think
But
he's
why
trying
is he tucking? Go around him for Christ's sake.
But he loses.
blows the tire.
blows it as if he dropped.
Is that
it, took
Lucas
him out.
Raymond? That's not like Lucas.
Look,
It is
he
Lucas
jumps
Raymond, too.
down. He takes him out. Oh, oops! Did
And
he
the
get a
Oscar
penalty?
goes to.
Hey, did he get a penalty?
I don't know.
Because that's the first thing I'm doing in game 1 of the playoffs, right there. Oh, I fell. So, oh my goodness.
Wow, we're not all performance actors as talented as you are.
LARPing, yeah. It's like when old Nick Kyprios got flung into Grant Fuhr. Remember that one?
Couldn't help it.
What
Hit from behind. Fell right into him. You hate to see it.
Need more of that.
Yeah, you hate to see
Not
it.
injuries, but no.
Don't need more injuries. So Samsonov was already kind of going to carry the mail for them. I guess big picture for the Leafs. They got Tampa. It's already locked in. They can't play anyone else in round 1.
I'm still stuck with these Leafs because I can't stand the attention they get, but my love of Gio,
Your love of Gio
makes me
that's it.
have a little bit of a soft spot for them.
Yeah. Your love of Gio.
The Buds.
Loves the city, loves the team, loves Gio.
I love the minor hockey there where they're paying parents to move their kids and giving them
loves it all.
tens of thousands of dollars.
Hundreds. For the coach, what are you saying?
Hundreds of thousands for 14-year-old coaches. Yes.
What's the matter with us?
Why is he whining about it? This guy should be moving there, taking that dough.
I'm not whining.
Not
I'm
about that.
jealous.
Let's go.
I'm just
I know.
jealous. That's
Get out
it. They're the live golf of minor hockey.
Maybe, son, if you tried a little harder, then your dad would be making some money. Hey, it's your kid's fault.
It is my kid's.
Blame the kid.
They don't pay that money in Buffalo, that kind of stuff?
No.
We also this week, I said we're going to do the tickets over the next day, or the experience. Hearing loss clinic. Teed it up last week. By the end of this week. Now, is this a short week? Is it Good Friday?
Yes, it is.
I wouldn't want to disrespect anyone by coming to work and besmirching a certain holiday on Friday.
So let's call it Thursday. We have a Blasty autographed Hubie jersey.
Or Hubido.
Hubido.
Who you listen to on
brought to you by the Hearing Loss Clinic, hearingloss.ca. So get on your soch, Rhodesy. And on Thursday, we'll award, and by then they'll be in the playoffs, right? By Thursday,
they
could
have
their own destiny.
Back-to-back wins. They're in.
6 in a row.
They won't be confirmed, but they'll control their own destiny. The Jets will be reeling. Bonus will have just called his veterans to the carpet. It'd be great.
If one of the Flames wants to do to Murray or to Hellebuck what happened to Murray,
jeez.
I could say whatever the hell I want.
Hubie jersey, autographed Hubido. Coming up on Thursday, a presentation of the Hearing Loss Clinic. We've been telling you about the Hearing Loss place for a while. Hearingloss.ca, 4 Calgary locations. If you feel like you're having issues with your hearing, visit one of these locations, get an evaluation, and their whole thing is, it's not about you're going to go to some of these places. It's what size of hearing aid do you want? That's all it is. They want to get you in the door. They just want to fire stuff in your ear. Here, it's what can we do first to try and remedy it, to try and make it better. It's almost like having a hearing aid or going that's down the road. Get in here and let's take a look and see what's been happening. Has it been damaged? Is it just the natural course of things? And they're now finding out that if it's untreated, it can affect different, I don't want to get all serious on you, but I mean, there's some mental health issues that can arise if you leave this kind of stuff untreated.
And I like that you're going and doing it because most people just put this shit off. Look at you.
I'm going to go in.
The new boom.
Yeah.
He's a doer.
I am a doer.
He's a
Vim and vigor.
Offer.
Vim
Walker
and vigor.
Dur.
He's a doer.
Hearingloss.ca. There you see them on the Soch at the Hearing Loss. Instagram, the Hearing Loss Clinic. And be watching there for the jersey, as well as maybe book yourself in. Get yourself an appointment. Get set up. Say hello to Rhodesy. Best of the weekend. Now, I got a couple of these. I feel bad because there was a bit of a dead spot in my weekend. I was away from my phone. But I've got a few little things here that I want to do for you.
I didn't steal it all.
How does being away from your phone have to do with it?
Well, that's what I end up. It's just you're on Twitter, you're on Instagram. So,
there's maybe stop.
There's a clip. There's something I'll do. There's something. Yeah. Well, aren't you the one that you were tweeting? You're a tweeting machine now.
Audible celebration for a Flames goal, first of the year on Friday.
And the Boomer Best of the weekend. There you see it. Brought to you by Green Drop. Why have a crappy yard?
Don't do it.
Why have a gross yard?
Hey, listen. I snowblowed my backyard, so I'm getting ready.
Oh, that's a move. Because you got what, the north-facing backyard, so the snow stays there longer?
West.
Oh.
Yours is very damp. You got something going on there. High water table. Yeah, your backyard.
I mean, he's on a lake. That's a significant bit of water.
It's like, anyway, not all of us have a high water table. We need to water it, cut it, and let Green Drop do the rest. GreenDrop.com. Look at the different packages that they have. They still, you start off with the beautiful basics. It's got your fertilization, micronutrients, weed control, that whole thing, all the way up to the beautiful premium package. Get a little aeration in there, some overseeding. A lot of people don't think of the overseeding. Oh, I got a yard. What else do I need to give it some help? You want to help out your yard?
Stop being a dick.
They don't overseed the golf courses? Come on.
Let that thing breathe, right?
Dummies.
Gibby will come to your house and slap you around if you don't start paying attention. That's what's going to happen here. Gibby's going to come by himself. Be like, hey.
What do I got to deal with?
What else? Jeez.
Gibby would never slap anyone. Please don't take any of this to heart. This is not true.
100% guaranteed. If you aren't satisfied, they will return and make things right. Their greenkeepers come by. Bing, bing, bing. Done.
So what was that?
Bing, bing, bing.
Bing, bing, bing.
That's right. GreenDrop.com. And a little something special coming for Barn Burner viewers and listeners. We're into the month of April now. I don't know if you knew that.
Well, you can check that QR code right now.
Click that QR code on your screen there. Give it a and
tweet for you.
There you go. There you go. All right, let's take a look. Just some of the stuff. Boomer's Best of the weekend. So you want to play in the NFL? You want to be? Hey, you know what? With those big O linemen, just give me the ball. I'm gonna. What do you need? Third and short. Give me the ball. I can run that thing.
Behind the big boys.
I can do this thing. Yeah. Turns out if you want to be in the NFL and if you want to be a pro, put in the work. Yeah, it's kind of a 12-month thing.
So not like Rhett.
There's always a way. There's a way to figure it out.
Some guys start training camp, and that's when they start getting into shape. Oh, you know what? Don't worry about it. I'll get to when they're the when are the OTAs or whatever? When do I got to show up? Okay, we'll start.
When's week 1? I'll be ready then.
Yeah, we'll start doing it then. I'm really dragging here. I'm delaying hard here, right?
I can tell. Yeah.
Yeah, but because what you need to do is you need to dedicate yourself to the fitness element of the game.
If only we had video evidence of.
If only we had the video evidence.
My kid went to a trainer in Buffalo where this guy was.
No, that's the end.
Was a football guy, and he was doing some crazy training stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not it.
Doesn't look like a football guy.
That's the end. That's the last clip for sure. That's the end of the clip. That's Zegras last night at the Dome. And look at the kid here. Look how happy he is. Look, he's wearing it. You know what?
Oh, he's crying. Yeah.
He's got his jersey on backwards
because you want to show. So soft about crying.
This has been happening forever.
Isn't that nice?
Yep.
Look at it. It's his hero.
TZ.
Why didn't you ever treat fans the right way?
I flipped a puck into the stands once and hit a kid in the head.
Oh, see, Trevor would never do that.
I was trying to be nice. Get a puck.
Yeah.
Setting the tone. That's what Rhett's doing.
So we may not have it
Okay.
Is maybe what I'm being led.
Maybe. Let's just see what else you have.
You should have been on your phone more.
Well, no, I was on plenty. Yeah, I was on plenty.
What else do we got here? Oh, look at this.
So watch this and listen up if we have volume.
Calm down.
Ooh. So a fan apparently went and called Anthony Rendon called him a bitch.
Oh, that's not a nice word to call someone.
No, it's not.
Oh,
and as you
Look at that guy's got my shirt on.
He does have your shirt.
Yeah,
on.
something
Jesus.
like that. That strikes me as the league might be wanting to talk to Anthony.
I don't think you needed to use the word might.
Anthony Rendon there.
And Rendon, like, are we understanding the salary here? He's on a 7-year, $245 million contract.
I want to go. Can we get that clip again?
You're really going to risk that to have a little slap at a fan that called you a bitch?
Where were they?
I believe that was Oakland.
Yeah,
they started in Oakland.
Oakland fans.
Yeah.
Just remember Ohtani, 10 strikeouts, no earned runs, and they lost in Oakland.
I do have a separate Rendon clip in that folder.
So we'll see what else.
So it's cut separate if we want to run that one. But and threw it. I don't know if you heard there. Threw an MFer at him.
He did. Yeah, right out of the gate.
I think that's okay.
Hard MF.
Sticks and stones can break my bones.
$38 million he's making this year, Rhett.
Oh. Nice.
So that's suspension if it's of any amount of time.
I say find the piss out of him then, and he'll still be okay.
$5,000 maximum under the collectively bargained. More than that for baseball, bro.
Let's see if I can get this dropped in here real quick.
Yeah. See, Angels got bad vibes, Rhett. You got Ohtani, Trout, and they still can't do anything.
They always seem.
None of this guy's swinging at people. What are you doing?
Is he a bit of a putz? I don't know anything about.
Well, he won that World Series with what, the Nationals, and then came over on a monster deal.
Yeah, but is he a putz?
I just know he hit the shit out of the baseball when they won the World Series.
Of a trend.
I've never seen him MF a fan before. So
see, I got booted out of Sask Place once at a basketball game.
Yeah, tell us. I think I've heard this.
I was a kid and I got mouthy with one of the players, and he pointed at me, and soon security was over. The best part about it was the principal was about 5 rows ahead of me, and as I was walking out,
Mr. Warner,
had some. Oh, this is nice to see you, Mr. Warner.
Where did you learn that language, Rhett? Not at my school.
See, school overrated.
While I'm doing this, Alex, can we play that Rendon? He does have the Rendon clip.
Yeah,
if you can do that one more time, and we'll. They make glasses on here. So take a listen. Take a listen.
Oh, he's doing the glasses.
Yeah, that's right.
Jesus.
What did you say? Yeah, you called me a bitch, huh? Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Yeah, motherfucker. Calm down.
Oh, I like when calm down. Everything's already.
That usually works, right? When you tell guys, "Hey, calm down."
Especially if you yell it, that helps.
Oh, okay. Well, if you say so.
I called Max Afinogenov the B word in Australia, and he freaked out.
Really?
It was in jest. We were having.
And if you use the B word down there, it rolls off people. But being serious.
Apparently, it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know.
How you doing over there?
Real good. Yeah, real good.
Can we get a full shot of Boom just so we can all enjoy the wonderment that is Dean's double glasses? Oh.
Yeah, we're going to have to get that fixed. Like I said, you can get subscription.
Yeah, so what can you get?
I'd rather
prescription.
Some subscription. Yeah. All right, so I threw another in there. Hopefully it's in there.
Yeah.
You know.
Said you did.
You know what? I'm so deep into it now.
You're not going to let it go?
This is called being pot committed.
Yeah, I'm all in.
Cost here.
Yeah, I'm all in at this point.
Right. You're doing it for Green Drop.
It's for Green Drop.
You're going to battle through. It's what Brian would want.
You can go check out their social medias at Green Drop, which is well done getting that nailed down, right? When your company's called Green Drop and you're like, oh, geez, all the social media stuff. Do you think anybody else has the Twitter or the Instagram? Thank goodness we got it. Because you know what happens is a lot of people out there, they're going to go and nab the URLs, the website, web addresses, and the Twitter, and then they're going to charge you.
Is that still something where they have to phone them up and pay them for it?
Yeah.
Bastards.
If you go on
boomersbest.com, widely available, someone could buy that, and then you have to buy it off them.
No, I'm not talking about Boomer's Best, Ryan. Jesus, pay attention. All right, so here we go. This is so you wanna
holy shit.
You wanna be a running back, do you? Put in the work We can let it. We can. This is one whole long clip. You can let her buck. This is Derek Henry. Look at the friggin' bar. So you're hard to stop, are you? It's April.
He's on a ball there.
He's on a rubber band.
I can't
and a
do
ball.
that. I can't do that one. I do that.
Everything else you can do, right?
I can do that.
He is a beast. There was one other one. He was like standing on one foot on a ball. Watch the guy lay out for the catch here. Oh no, let her go. Yeah, just let her buck.
And down for a hit.
Dive.
I've never seen
That's Souza.
I hope he slipped.
The Rays. Clearmeyer's loving it. What is this?
We're all loving it.
Yeah. So there it is.
I got it!
Oh, see, this is what we need.
Yeah, not
Scout
quite.
tracker, what do they call it?
Yeah, not quite. Not.
So that's from last year.
How much hassling are you going to get?
So
They're dying.
you know how the Blue Jays, did they still have their jacket, their home run jacket?
Not this year. Apparently,
Yeah.
it's up for auction.
So here's the Reds. They unveiled, they kind of got their thing.
Really?
So this is what the Reds are doing. You come across, you get back into the old dugout, and they've got a. You'll see it here. There's a couple of pieces. You've got a headpiece, and so there's the robe.
Oh wow!
A jacket,
a cape,
and a hat, and a Viking hat.
Yes.
Volume up for this.
Girlfriend in high school. Twice. That's it. That is getting smoked by. How much sticky stuff's in that hair? I know there's something in that lettuce. Don't even get me started on you. Valdez, what's in your glove? What the hell's in your glove? Show me the old speed. My grandma could have rocked that shit. McCullers, you need to figure it out. I haven't seen a strike yet. Philly's money line. Philly's money line is free tonight.
What did you say? Yeah, you called me a bitch, huh? Yeah, you did. Listen, yeah, you did. Yeah, motherfucker. Listen. Calm down.
Calm down.
And then, as we saw, there it is from last night, taking a page right out of the Rhett Warner handbook.
Bonk.
It's for the kids. Young man, little emotional.
Got to have that in the budget, though. Those sticks aren't cheap.
Well, it's Anaheim. I'm sure they got lots of dough.
Zeger's going to make some money.
Yeah, Zeger's going to make some money. So there you go. It took a little while, and it was hardly lived up to the hype. But that's what we do. That's for Green Drop. Go to greendrop.com @GreenDrop Limited. There you see it, and book yourself in. We kind of joke about it, but it makes all the difference in the world. We've been doing Green Drop with Brian and the guys and the girls there. Truly, you cut it, you water it, and it's lush and it's thick and it's healthy.
On the block.
And they come by. All of a sudden, geez, I don't know, it like poured rain after. I'm not sure. Hey, you know what? We'll come by, take a look. We'll come by. We'll send one of our guys by.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Additional 10%. The QR code on your screen. Go get it.
QR code on the screen. Get an additional 10% off, you barn burner. People.
Barn burner 10%. April
Barn
deal.
burner
Go
people.
get it.
There you go. What do we got? Another thing we announced last week. We've been partnered up with Grey Eagle.
Mm-hmm.
Been doing some barn burners there. We've done some afterburners. We're going to be doing the
Super Bowl party there too, right?
playoffs coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Also, some ticket giveaways we're going to be doing for the next few events. Whitney Cummings is going to be there. Where did I have this? We're going to have a pair of tickets to go and see Whitney. That one is Tuesday, April the 25th. We've got a pair of tickets as well coming up on the 27th. You mentioned Gibby. He loves it. If you love the timeless music of the Eagles, then it's Hotel California, the original Eagles tribute. On the 4th of May, REO Speedwagon. Mm-hmm. May 6th, Canadian supergroup Walk Off the Earth. May 7th, it's the Beatles tribute, the Fab Four. Theory of a Dead Man is bringing their tour in May as well. Matt Fraser, he's amazing. Does live audio. You know what? You'd be messed up.
CrossFit guy?
Because he comes in, he's like,
Red Deer Rebel?
I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, he starts to.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's careful.
I know.
A lot in there.
There's a lot going on in there. There's a lot going on at the Grey Eagle Event Center. All tickets for events that are held at the Event Center, ticketmaster.ca. And yeah, very soon, coming up, we'll have some tickets to give away. The first one will be for Whitney Cummings later on. There it is, the Event Center. Look at that, eh?
Oh, I want to go to the fight. Have another Muay Thai.
It was just last weekend, wasn't it?
If you'd live here, you'd have access to the full catalog, not just a few days you're here.
There you go.
Recommend that. Well, the shows.
The thing about the Event Center is how many people? 1,000 people? Done. 15,000? Done. They can just set that room up for
15,000.
Well, not 15,000, but every event is going to feel intimate, I guess is what I'm telling you. Because they can set that room up for acts and bands and comedians of all kinds over at the Greagle.
Is it an Oracle, that guy? You're talking about you can see what's in Rhett's head?
I
Gotta go and see, I guess.
He's brilliant.
I don't want him getting in my head. I'd be a little worried about it.
When's the last time you went to a concert? What's the last concert you went to?
I went and watched, the Strictly Hip in Buffalo.
That's right.
Didn't Shoveler go to see Toto with your boys?
Yeah.
And wasn't that not when your brother Trev was out with the dentist pals? When you saw Strictly Hip?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's February. Thought about going to Springsteen. He played in Buffalo a couple weeks ago.
I've not seen him. I would really like to see him.
Springsteen.
He's coming here.
I can't justify that kind of dough. It's so much money.
What isn't?
But it's
COVID made things very expensive in the entertainment side because no one toured for 2 years and needs to make their monies back.
I don't know that Bruce needs to make any money.
No, that's true. It's probably more of we can do it, so let's get more rather than less.
He enjoys it.
He does enjoy it. He's still good at it. Puts on marathon shows. Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
It's not for a while. You've got time
I've
to
got
save.
some time. Yeah, I got to save up. Yeah. Well, making it hand over fist around here.
Yes, I mean, it is coming in fast and furious.
Yeah.
There's a cash machine in the corner. You just press any number you want, spits it all out.
Betway bets of the day. I teased you earlier about
You got some Blue Jays bets.
I went into the Betway app. I got the Betway app on my phone. Went in, and right there off the top, little Betway boost. Sometimes they'll just throw it in there. It's not every day, but every once in a while they'll throw a little boost. So they take a parlay and then bump up your odds a little bit. So the Betway boost for today, the Blue Jays taking on Kansas City, Barrios on the mound, Yankees playing the Phillies, and the Astros. They've got Detroit. Blue Jays, Yankees, Stros, all win, plus 350.
As long as the Astros aren't getting heckled in the bullpen like
That's right, getting crushed in the bullpen.
Jesus, my grandma could take that deep.
So they boosted that up to a plus 350. I'll go there. And I believe there are 3 games in the NHL tonight. One of them, Arizona at Seattle. Clayton Keller is on a heater. He's had an unbelievable year.
Honey.
1 or more power play points for Keller.
Plus 200.
Plus 200.
Oh, baby.
For the hottest Coyote ever. Isn't he?
Come on.
I think but I think what he's doing right now, not JR, not Kachuk.
Oh, really? Not Doan?
Not Doan.
Ilya Bryzgalov?
No.
He was hot for a while.
Yeah, he was.
Hated that weather in Edmonton.
So those are my Betway bets of the day.
All right. Mine, we're focusing in on a big game tonight. Predators in Dallas. Nashville against the Stars. Dallas minus 1.5. Plus 110. They're fighting for home. I think still win the Central. 1 point separating 3 teams in the Central. And a Heiskanen power play point or more plus 140. He's had a great year, Miro.
He's a good player.
Yeah, I was looking at the Jason Robertson. It's like, no, he's going to score 4 tonight. No value there. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Scores a goal. Minus 10,000. Damn it, he's good. Can't even bet on him. He's too good.
There you go. Those are the Betway bets of the day. Get the app on your phone. Play along. Be 19. Be responsible. So, but you're saying you don't care about Nashville. You're not focused. It's just.
I'll read the schedule again if you want.
I'm not worried about Nashville. They're too beat up, and the schedule's too hard. They got too many games, Dean.
Too many games.
Too many games. You'd think it's a blessing, but it's probably a curse.
Dallas, Vegas, Carolina, Winnipeg, Calgary, Minnesota, Colorado. Which of those is easy? Yep.
Oilers are in, though, eh?
Oilers are in. They're 3rd in the Pacific.
Kings punched their ticket last night.
Past the Oilers in doing so.
They
had a game
are
in hand there.
the 9th team in. Only the wild cards to be determined in the East. Boston, Toronto, Tampa, Carolina, New Jersey, and the Rangers are all in.
So it's going to come down to the Islanders got a really good chance of getting in, obviously. Yeah. And then it's that last one. Is it going to be Florida? Is it going to be Pittsburgh?
And there you see in the West, Vegas, LA, Edmonton. They are locked in.
Ding, ding, ding.
The way the Oilers have been going, I know you are kind of pishawing the Oilers.
They're scoring a shit ton, I'll tell you that.
Still got
their first shutout of the season, old Skin Dog the other
night. That's right.
That's something that I wondered if they had in the arsenal. Could you win a low-scoring game? They did.
Jets have more wins than the Flames, eh? When you look at it,
quite a few.
They've had a better season, Dean.
Yeah,
and they're probably looking at the personnel better at 3-on-3 and shootouts.
15 OT.
3. It's a lot of lost opportunity.
It's a lot of lost opportunity. Yeah. Or on the flip side, you were got lucky a lot to sneak out some points.
Didn't get lucky once you got to overtime, did you?
Well, or were you lucky to get there?
What's really lucky is if they get in, they don't have to worry about 3-on-3 and shootouts, do they? They'll just keep playing 5-on-5 where the Flames are better at.
Predators got some wins too.
Do you see Tommy Novak again? Jesus. 4 points, something like that.
Tomorrow on the show, Frank Seravalli. He was texting me today.
Franco.
Yeah. Interesting when he wants something. Real easy to get a hold of.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
Real easy to get a hold of.
Is he trying to get that booze from Rhett still or what?
I'm not sure. You didn't send it. Eh?
Yeah, it was mailed out long ago.
No, I don't think it was. Well, I'll ask him tomorrow how it was. He's probably drank it by now. It was so long ago, right?
This is a classic lost in the mail Rhett setup.
Yeah. You faxed him that bottle of booze,
I faxed you that over.
Faxed it to you long ago.
Yeah, it's on my llama farm. I had someone fax it over.
So we'll talk to Seravalli tomorrow about any number of things. We kind of get on some tangents with him every once in a while. You know, him crying about drinking Fireball or
get emotional.
You know, whatever, traveling and his wife or whatever it is. I don't know. And then sometimes he comes in and just starts ripping Daryl Sutter of the Calgary Flames.
Love Dallas. He had a real good friend there or something.
Yeah, had a great. What was her name? Debbie, I think it was. Yeah. So we'll see what he's got going tomorrow. And it'll be a game day against the Red Wings.
Big win.
Yeah.
Stevie Y.
It's amazing what Stevie Y's done with that team.
Oh, God, kill me now.
How many times did he bring it up?
Every time I said
Every time, yeah.
And he's like, you can't overlook Detroit.
Chicago.
Chicago. You're overlooking Chicago.
Wow. See, what you'd want there is a teammate to say, hey, Ryan, it's not Detroit, it's Chicago. Rather than just let you go on floundering and flailing
but
about.
I continued to say Detroit.
Yeah.
No, I was trying to help.
Yeah. That's what you need. Yeah.
It didn't work.
No. Oh, well.
I maybe need that guy to look in my head and see what's
Both
wrong.
original 6 teams, geometrically speaking, right? Yeah, geometrically speaking. All right, everybody, that'll do it for the Monday edition. Tomorrow is a game day. Need those helmets. Biggest game of the year.
That's all they have left is biggest games of the year.
Must win and a biggest game of the year. God, it's a lot, hey?
Whew.
When you think of it that way?
I don't know that you're going to sleep tonight. That is a lot.
I may not. Just win out.
Just
don't lose again. Not asking a lot. How many games I got left? 5. It's bugger all.
You don't have to win out. Just don't lose again.
Just don't lose again, and you'll be just fine.
5? Come on.
It's nothing. All right, buddies. That's it. We'll see you tomorrow. And as always,
I think I'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Maybe here.
He's going to know by this morning.
Probably here tomorrow.
Yeah. Probably here tomorrow. And
Oilers suck.
there it is.
Okay.
See you, buddies.